Hey, Phil from gotmemories here, going to weigh around my neck. This video, I'm going to... Hold on, clamped you on. I've got a sneaking suspicion. This is, I don't know, a box company's box that's been turned inside out. I don't know. It is sealed. I do know the customer, obviously I know whose stuff is coming and going, but sometimes I don't know the entire backstory. But let's have a look. We've got Birdie and Winston. Winston's got the cone of shame on him right now. He ran into some barbed wire fencing up in the mountains. And now he's going to have the cone on because he had to have stitches. And there's Birdie living the easy life. All right, well, let's have a look here. I've covered up the customer's information, but this is an unboxing. There's another one right here. It's just constant. Okay, like I say, check reviews. All right, so let's have a look. Let's see. Careful. Oh, no, it's an iMemories box. And there is an AirTag, which I require all customers have an AirTag or a Bluetooth tracker and shared with me in the Find My app. This is irreplaceable. The master copies, let's get this right, the master copies of your family history, okay? You've only got one copy of it. These tapes are all old. They are shedding oxide. There are problems with tapes after 20, 25 years, especially if you've not stored them in climate control conditions. Hopefully you've kept them in the house, sealed up from dust and dirt and debris and rust and mold and bugs and pet hair and skin, which is what the majority of stuff I get is not been cared for. But these look like in good shape. But again, even if your stuff is not in the best of shape, you have to hand this over to trustworthy professionals. Corporate companies hiring and firing with millions of pieces of media and just mass marketing, and they're all racing, guess which way, upwards or downwards. Boo! Okay, so these tapes are not straightforward to transfer. Yes, of course, there are exceptions, but they have to be closely monitored to make sure clear picture and audio is coming through on them, which as I'm turning around the room right now, I'm seeing that one. I can usually tell what's what, but I'm checking all these tapes. This is no longer hit play and walk away. I mean, it never was like that, but you can't just hit play and walk away. And this company here is in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area near me. And you can see in the videos, they're not even monitoring. They're just putting everything on decks, just boom, 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 boom. And one button on a computer hits play. They're not checking audio. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I got to keep eyeballs on everything. And then I check it once, like this tape here, perfect example. I look across the room and I've been monitoring this for a while. Okay. Audio is good, but it's flickering, okay? It started to do that. Now I've adjusted the tracking. See, look, there's the tracking there. But this is like LP. This is LP VHSC. Look, and towards the end of the tape, this starts to happen. Well, actually, that is the end of it, ironically. But have a look here at... and I'm digressing, I know, but I'm giving you a perfect example. You've got to chop the blank off on the end. I'm going to rewind this because guess what? While that renders, there we go, that's rendered. That's why all of these programs are great, because it's quick, efficient, and you can be competitive as best to the ability, on economic file sizes. But I noticed this tape earlier was a bit crappy, okay? This would be a 5-star transfer through other companies, okay? They're like, oh, perfect. For me, this is completely unacceptable, and I'll show you why. And I don't know whether it's the tape's the first run, but it's flickering, it's annoying. and it just keeps coming and going. So this tape is going to be redone. Now I'm going to keep this file just in case that is the best it can be. I don't know. This one here also needs a little bit of a dab of this one's going a little bit fritzy, especially towards the end of the tape, especially if they're in long play or extended play. Hopefully you did not record your stuff in long play or extended play, or made multiple copies onto the family, TV recordings over and over again. Price is Right, blah, 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 blah. And then you record your home movies onto the family bicycle VHS tape, so to speak. And these particular tapes I'm doing pro bono because it is for the community. It's showing the bridge across the freeway that was built in 1990 or thereabouts. So when my son used to go to school, across that bridge, across the freeway. And I said, yeah, I'll do that. Here we go, look. Been built here. But this is a multi-generational copy. This has been copied. Actually, this is in long play. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo this tape over, and I'm going to put it in this machine here. This sometimes deals with, let's get the tape number, and I'm totally digressing, but at least you get a good idea of what is involved in this. This is not just a mass. Okay, tape 32. This customer's very organized. Okay, let's have a look. Play. Still a little dodge. Audio's loud and clear. That's another thing with companies. Yeah, there we go. I've just played around with the tracking, and you can get nice, stable, for now, picture. But I'm redoing this entire tape, a whole hour of tape. And because that is the quality standards that any transfer company needs to have, this close attention to detail by a professional. I've been doing this for over 20 years. And it's being redone. I might have to redo it a third time or a fourth time, whatever it takes to get clear picture and audio from beginning to end, which is the only way you want to be doing this. And that takes time, expertise, and of course, money. I'm not sure I'm very fair with my pricing, but I'm realistic in what this takes to get clear picture and audio 40 years later on all of these things. So I'm checking all the footage. I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for clear picture, static, jumpy picture, and then you must crop off the end of the files. I see videos from these companies where there's like 17 minutes of footage, and then there's 4.5 hours of blue screen, or they've recorded the Super Bowl or Judge Judy or whatever, and they're charging people for it. And then they charge them a cloud service fee to store all this shite that they've transferred. And you're like, what the hell? Do not pay any subscription services to these companies. Absolutely not. Don't pay. I know they hook you in for like $5 a month, $10 a month for all of their cloud services. All it is Google Drive with a wrapping. So they're using Google, they're using Amazon, they're using, all these different things. And then they're just building their web to make it look a bit pretty. Now, if they go out of business, all your stuff's crap, they're just charging your credit card $5 every month for the rest of your life and your family's life, holding it hostage. You want your stuff on your own cloud, not on theirs, because you're already paying for the cloud services. And it's sneaky. And if they go out of business, which has happened with other companies, and then they give you like 30 days to take all your stuff off, you don't get that email, it goes in your spam, guess what? All your stuff is gone. And you threw the videotapes away. Oh boy. Yeah, so I require Apple AirTags or Samsung Smart Tags for pinpoint tracking, and this is shared with me personally on my own personal cell phone in the Find My app, so I can see where everybody's stuff is, and so can you. It's the only way that you should be shipping your home movies is with AirTags, and that requires a high level of personal customer service, one-on-one. I'm in here on a Sunday. I just want to get the most work done. Sunday at 5. Oh my God, it's 5:40. Bloody hell. So I go through these tapes, I'm checking them for problems, spot checking audio. The files I give back are editable with any program, PC, Mac, etc. And also smart TVs, YouTube. We want to put all your stuff up on YouTube as private or unlisted. It's free storage. You can get it back down again. You can share the links with everyone because everyone has YouTube. And that one's fritzing out as well. You can, I'm not going to zoom in on people's home movies, but it is flickering. I've had 4 tapes in this batch that have been like this, and some of these Panasonic and Sharp players do not like them. That's why some of these cheap Panasonics work. That one is going, that one's... I don't like it. But this is long play, extended play. Hopefully you've recorded your stuff in the high quality standard play. You know, and these tapes are from 1992. So we're talking 33 years. Shelf life, 20 to 25 years before problems arise. Now, it doesn't mean to say that there's going to be, catastrophic issues, but yeah. And I deal with a lot of mold, a lot of sticky shed syndrome, a lot of shedding from all these tapes. And these companies are so quick to go, oh, mold, boom, but they keep your money. That's why they're making money, because they go, mold, boom, they've kept your money. And they go, oh, yeah, $15 a tape, 15, yeah, 15, 30, 45. They're like, $45, woo, we haven't had to do anything. So, yeah, all these tapes have to be logged, tagged, everything, inventoried, and then not only that, then all of the files have to, this is where you can kind of see that flickering a little bit. Could be the tape, could be my players, it just, you don't know. But I'm going to let it run, and then I'm going to redo that tape again. Might have to do it a third time. Perfection is the only way. People go, I don't really need perfection. Dude, if that is staticky and jumpy and the audio's gone, it is a waste of money. Now, then I have to get all of these files all organized. And then once you've got everything organized, then you go back and you take all of the data off of the tapes, the chicken scratch, and put it into the file directory. So it looks like this. So neat and tidy. This is for a fire department. I've just done 100 and something tapes and discs and all sorts of just stuff from the early 80s, actually late 70s, covered in just gunk and what have you. Got it all to go, all organized, all looking good. But yeah, this is a good way. If you did buy an iMemories box and you would like to ship to me, gotmemories.com, fill out the quote form as best you can. I do have a lot of questions, which is the only way, if you're going to be doing this, is if someone's asking a lot of questions. Because if they've got a lot of questions, they're not just going, hey, yeah, just shove it in the box, shove it. And then when they get it, they go, mold, no. And you end up getting like 10 videotapes done, whether they charge you for the lot. This company charges you up front. Not sure about this company, but no one's monitoring. But the thing is, you call up. If there's an 800 number, you run, period. If it's a textable number, like it comes up blue iMessage, that's a good start because there's someone's personal cell phone. And also, you want to speak to the person that's going to be digitizing your home movies. You're like, hi, I need to speak to the person that will be digitizing my home movies, please. And smaller is better. So you're like, yep, I'm the guy. Call me. I'm like, yep, I'm it. But if they're like, what are you talking about? We're big, we're corporate, we're fancy. No, hang up, period. Google Maps reviews, YouTube channel, helpful educational advice up front, passionate, pissed off generally, it's me, because all this stuff is really a headache to do correctly, especially when it hasn't been stored correctly or it's been an extended play, long play, recorded fifth generation tape that's been recorded over for 5 years, and then you go, oh, I'm going to dub all my home movies onto this like worn out tape and then throw the originals away, and then I'm left with that. So yeah, that's what my dad did. Because these tapes were expensive. You think these companies are advertising $9 a videotape, $15 a videotape. In the early 1980s, a blank tape was like $50, adjusted for inflation. And that's why these tapes are used over and over again, because it was just a lot of money to, be shelling out for all these tapes. Here we are 40 years later, and people think you're going to get a 2-hour quality transfer done for $9. No, think about it. Anyway, that's me here, gotmemories.com. Fill out the quote form. Do you require a picture? I'm looking for mold. I'm looking for dirt. I'm looking for just all the general gunkage. It's like, it's like going through someone's dirty, like, junk drawer. And it's a verified condition. And if you're looking for, competitive pricing with all these companies, absolutely not. Don't fill it out. Don't waste your time. Throw your stuff away if it doesn't mean anything to you. It's either priceless or worthless. So go through your stuff, chuck away the worthless, keep the priceless, get a quality job done. And also, you've got to understand with these companies, with these cloud subscription services now, you add up $5 a month, $10 a month times, how many more years you got left in here? 50 years. I don't know what the number is, but you figure it out and then you go, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, so you get what you paid for. Anyway, if you are in Phoenix, I am by appointment for drop-offs. Sorry to not give you attention because I'm looking at screens. Anyway, all the best. Cheers.